Hello and welcome to the recording for the first lecture of Introduction to Controls. This is an amazing course. This is a foundational course. This is so very important for everything you're going to do. All of your your whole career is pretty much so focused and based on this course. More specifically for the students in electromechanical engineering, I wanted to welcome both the mechanical engineering students and the electromechanical engineering students because all of you guys are here now. So we have a mixture here of mechanical engineering program students and also students from the electromechanical engineering program. So although the mechanical engineering students will gain a lot from this, the electromech guys, this is a foundational course where if you don't fully get this stuff, you don't embrace this course as much as you can as you move forward. This is a prerequisite for a whole line of courses all the way to your third year. And many courses, it splits off. So there are 2 courses and 3 courses and 4 courses that rely on you having this course. So please spend all your time and effort and energy focusing on this course. Well, you can probably do your other work too. What I'm saying is that all courses are important, but this one is foundational. And really, ultimately, it's not so much that your marks and stuff. I need you to fully, in your head, understand this material and grasp this material. We're going to be talking about basic electronic circuits. We're going to be talking about AC, DC circuits. We're going to talk about Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's law, series and parallel circuits. We're going to jump into AC. We're also going to be learning about really just integrating all of these things together in what we call control circuits. So it's Introduction to Controls. This course focuses on controlling things. I'm going to have kind of a control theme throughout every single lecture. So we're going to teach you the theory behind kind of the electronics and the electrical things, but we're going to be focusing on how we can use that theory to control stuff. So everything from motors to switches, or motors to lights to things that go, and solenoids, and lots of other really cool things. So welcome to Introduction to Controls. So what I want to do is, I want to welcome you and tell you my name. My name is Lars Chris Jansen. I have a PowerPoint slide I'm going to pull up. I'm going to go through the Blackboard with you guys. So you guys can call me Lars, you can call me Mr. Professor, you can call me Sir, you can call me Dude, you can call me whatever you want as long as it's respectful, and I'm down with that. Yeah, I want us to feel like a family. I want you guys to understand that I'm also your program coordinator, at least for the electromechanical students. So yeah, I'm going to be Uncle Lars with you guys. I'm going to be the guy that kind of gets a little hard on you guys with a whip, smacking you around a little bit, shoving information down your throat. I'm going to be that guy that empowers you with knowledge. I'm going to be that guy that I really want to be the wholehearted, full focus guy to really help you and empower you through your journey through this course, and in the electromechanical guys through your entire program. So with that, what I want to do is I want to reach out. Yeah, this course is hard. The question is this course hard? It's a hard course. It's a difficult course. It requires a lot of effort. By the way, there's not a lot of really deep, heavy theory that you really have to wrap your head around. But I can tell you one thing. If you miss a theory class, you'll kind of be in a bit of a mess. It's kind of like calculus. I don't know how many of you guys have taken a calculus class, but dude, if you miss a calculus class, you're in deep doo-doo. It's not good. Same kind of thing here, because every single class we learn something and we use that learning in the next class. So if you miss a class, there is a recording. Watch the recording. Do all of the work. Make sure that you do not let this course slip at all. Yeah, we're actually gonna have a lot of fun. This learning process in this course, there's a lot of light bulbs going off. You're gonna be like, whoa, really? Oh, no way, that's how that works? No way, that's awesome. You're going to be doing a lot of that. So I'm going to jump over to to Blackboard. I'm going to show you Blackboard. I'm going to tell you about this course, and I've got a PowerPoint slide that I'm going to jump on and show you guys as well. So bear with me while I jump over there, and this is going to be have a little kind of a weird mirrored effect here going. Here we go. Woo! All right, so I am in Blackboard. Welcome to Blackboard. We are in this week. I'm just going to jump into kind of there's the announcements here. So we've got, there's just this one announcement, and you guys have clicked on this guy, and you've got here. So I thank you for watching my video. You went to that. I sent you guys a video on the weekend or yesterday about how to access where you are now. This is a great video about soldering. Unfortunately, we don't have soldering in this course, but it is something that you really need to understand and learn how to do. I'm going to try and stick it in our program somehow, although you do some soldering in your third year in the projects course. So I'm kind of thinking about the electromechanical engineering guys now, but we don't have soldering in this course, but you can watch that. So here we go. I am your instructor. In your lectures, this is the lecture class. We also have lab classes, and yes, lab classes start this week. You have to go to lab class this week, and it says so on your schedule. So if you guys go to your schedule, if you go to your My Humber and you look at week at a glance, and then you zoom into that, you look on that schedule, you will see there is a class that you've come to right now. There's also another class that's ATMN 110 with a room number, and the room number is NB109. That is your in-person lab class. And you will see in week 1, you have a class in NB109, which means, oh, does that mean you have to go to class? Yeah. Hey, dude, if you want to know if you have to go to class this week, just go read Lab 0. Right? Oh, where do I find Lab 0? I'll show you where to find it. Read it, and you will see, oh, there's actually in-class instruction. Like I have to measure things and like work with the equipment, and oh, wow, cool. I get to jump into this stuff right away. Yeah. So any questions about, is there a lab class this week? Dude, just go read Lab 0. And you'd be like, oh, obviously there's a lab class. Oh, and let me look at my schedule. Oh, it says there's a lab class, so maybe that means there's a lab class. Yeah, okay, good. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to here and go back to on the Blackboard. Here we go. Woo! All right, so back here, Ken is one of your instructors. I've known Kenny for 25 years. I've worked with Kenny for 25 years. Yeah, Ken's a great guy. He's so knowledgeable. Dude, learn how to talk Ken. Like, Kenny is awesome. So he really is so very knowledgeable. Yeah, just embrace knowledge with him. So if you've got Kenny, dude, you guys are in for a really good ride because you'll be learning a lot of stuff. And he'll push you kind of like to other limits because he's so knowledgeable in electronics. I mean, if him and I had some kind of electronics like battle, I would be dead in the ground in the first minute. He's so awesome. So anyway, you'll learn a lot from him, and ask him questions. Like get him engaged. He's so brilliant. Anyway, here we go. And this is me, and I am also pretty good at teaching the lab stuff. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. So half of you guys have me, and half of you guys have Kenny. So anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun, and let's move on. So this week. We are in this week. Every single week there will be instructions. They are not always the same every single week. Somebody's got their mic. Someone has their mic on. Joanne? John? Okay, yeah. So there you go. Let me go back into here. Sorry, and I just wanted to do this and go back into here. Pardon me. Here we go. So every single week there will be some stuff. So the Blackboard session is here. This is our course. This is in here there will be a lecture, and then the name of the lecture, and then the PowerPoint for the lecture will be here, and that is the link that you can go. Sorry, that's not a link. That's just like a welcome. That's the name of the lecture. Some of the lectures will have other kind of pictures here. This is the Blackboard Collaborative session. So when you click on this, you'll go into the Blackboard Collaborative session and sign in. It'd be good if you sign in with your own name so I actually know who you are. Now, what I'm going to do is this recording, because I'm recording this right now. That little emblem right there shows where I'm recording. I am going to be posting the recording in here. So right after class, like about 20 minutes after class, you can go back here and click on this and watch the whole class. So, and that's where the recording is going to be. Now, I just wanted to let you guys know that I turned this off. It says BB Collaborative Ultra. I turned this off. You guys can't see that. And this is where you go in and then the sessions are in here. In your other classes, you will see a whole bunch of different sessions in here, one for each class. I don't do that. Like I said, I do it different. This is just the one session, and it's open from right now till the end of this course. And I don't give you access to this because there are recordings up here, and often I meet with students and I use this link and I do private recordings. I don't want to give you guys access to these private recordings. So if you ever have any kind of issues or whatever you want to talk about, you know, whatever, and as program coordinator, I can help you guys, and or if you want to do a private tutoring session in this course, I will do that with you. I will record the session, and then I will send you the link of that session. You have class at 7:02. Okay, you guys are just talking. That's fine. There's a quiz for week 1 is showing week 1 instructions. Yeah, I will get into that. Do we need to do, sorry. Do you need to install AS? Yes, but not at this time. And I will give you instructions on that later on. Okay, here we go. So back into here. Yeah, you print out the worksheet before lab class. Absolutely, okay? So not everybody has the same lab class. Lots of people have different lab classes, okay, guys? Everybody's got a different lab class. What I'm saying is that before you go to lab, everybody's talking about lab right now. Well, some people are. I'm going to go into the lab. Go in here. Look at this. It says print this before you go to lab class. So don't ask me questions. Don't ask me questions. Sir, do I have to print this before I go to lab class? Don't ask me that question. Oh, I got all excited, eh? Yeah. Dude, don't ask me questions where I've already given you the instructions. And don't ask me questions so you can find it yourself. You know what? Today I got a couple questions for email students. They said, oh, can I do this? Can I do this? Blah, blah, blah. How do I get my Humber ID card? My response to them was, I just Googled, how do I get my Humber ID card? And it gave me this link. Yeah, dude, just do the work yourself. Don't, like, I'm busy. Dude, I'm running this whole program, and I'm teaching you guys, and I'm doing labs. Like, if you can find out something yourself, go find it out yourself. If you have a question about should you hand something in or when the due date is or both, just go look. I generally post everything, although I did kind of upgrade the due dates for the labs today, because I had, not the labs, does anyone go in person? Yeah, so what I'm saying, okay guys, listen, I don't know what else to say to this. If your schedule says that you have a class called ATMN 110 and it is in room NB 109, if that is on your schedule, and by the way, everyone has that on a schedule, then you have to go to that class. It's that simple. If it's there, go. And there are also instructions on the blackboard that says you have to print out the lab before you go. Oh, okay. So if you want to know where to print, you can go up to, go find the H building and the J building. They kind of cross each other, kind of on the second floor. It's kind of weird. Whatever. Just go find the H building, and go find the N building. If you're not vaccinated, you can email the vaccination center. What's the? I'll put that link. I'll put that link in the chat for the questions about COVID. So where's the N building? Go find it. Go to campus. Go find it. It's the most easternly building. It's in between the college and Guelph Humber. I don't know. Go there and go look for it. So anyway, so what I'm saying is if you have to print something, one is you can go to the lab early and print there at the lab. Early. Do not be printing. Plus, it takes like 5 minutes to log into a computer in the lab. So if you need to print something, go at least 10 minutes early to the lab. But like I'm just saying that, yeah, NB is in the basement. So N is the N building and B is for the basement. Yeah, they're in school. Yeah, absolutely. They're in school. Does everyone have a lab class every week? Yes. No, you have lab class every single week. In this course, there's a lab every single week. So yeah, go look at the campus map. Figure it out. Go there, ask somebody. So anyway, go back to the PowerPoint. I want to go back to print. Right. Okay, so print. Right. Sorry, I was talking about printing. So if you need to print the lab, where do you find the labs? I will show you where to, go on a Blackboard. They're there. So anyway, where you can print is you can go to H building, the second floor of H building, and also the second floor of the J building. J only has first floor and second floor, and they're kind of weird. But right there, where J and H meet, there's a big open space there with a bunch of desks and a bunch of printers in the back. So you know what? Also, just go to school early, and walk up to the security guard and say, hey, where can I print? He may say you can go to the library. Don't even go to the library. Just go to the second floor of the H building and the J building, and there's a big room there with computers, and figure it out. Okay, good. So let me go back to PowerPoint slides here, and Blackboard. So here we are in Blackboard, and I will talk about the labs. Don't ask me anything about the labs. I will talk about the labs. And here we go. So what's going on is, here's the lab, okay? So make sure you download and print this lab out, and then you're going to go and you're going to do this lab. Then once you do the lab, during the lab, you're going to write information here. You're going to write that down. Write that down. You're going to have a little discussion here, see what you say, see what you think, write some stuff down here. You're going to write some stuff. What does this mean? Blah, blah, blah. You're going to answer these questions in this lab. You're going to be doing these measurements and answer these questions in the lab. And then you're going to scan this stuff. If you don't have a scanner, that's fine. I will show you how to do that. You're going to scan this page and this page, any page that you've written anything with your own handwriting. You're going to scan that, and you're going to submit it right here. Click on this. You're going to submit this here, and you're just going to browse your local files, and you're going to submit it. I want it as a PDF, and if you don't know how to make a PDF with a bunch of pictures, you can watch this video. This is a nice short video of me how to create a PDF with a bunch of pictures. Don't ask me how to create a PDF. Watch this. Okay, good. So that's what you're going to do. So physically print this out. So go to school early so you have this in hand and print it out. Every single lab class you go to, the place you find the labs is you go on the left-hand side here where it says Labs Fall 21. And these are the labs. I'm going to be changing these around a little bit as we go. I'm modifying the lab slightly, but essentially right now this is the name of this lab. And then lab 1 is going to be next week. Make sure you go in here and you physically print the lab sheet out. It's not posted yet, but I will post it this week, whatever, probably today or tomorrow. So all of the labs are going to be posted in here. Make sure you print them out before you go to school. And there's also something called a pre-lab. And I will put instructions about the pre-lab in week 1. Okay, good. So now I'm going to go over here, and I got a lot of people popping through here. You guys are Instagram. Okay, you guys are just talking. That's cool. Okay, good. So let's go over to lecture material. And in here, this is week 1. I'm going to open up this PowerPoint, but I just want to go back here, these instructions. Okay, so I'm going to record the session, which I'm doing now. So go to the next week's lecture. You're going to find out what's happening. There is a quiz for this week's material. The link is open. It's down here. This is the quiz. This will be open for 2 weeks, okay? This will be open until Sunday of next week. But actually, Amy, can we put this? I'm sorry, I thought I set this for 2 weeks. I thought you even asked me if I was going to set it for 2 weeks.
No, I asked you if that one was.
This should be week 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to change it. You can change the date to week 3. Okay, so week.
Yeah, it's already been changed.
Oh, well, you didn't write it here. Okay.
So midnight open Sunday next week.
Sunday of week 3. Next week is week 2. Would you concur?
Sunday. the next Sunday, the Sunday after. That's how they're all written.
Yeah, if it's next Sunday, Sunday of next week, that's Sunday of week 2. Would you
Okay.
concur?
Yeah.
So this
Well,
is
it's all
Sunday.
wrote out.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that these guys, okay, good. So it's Sunday of week 3. Okay, good. So I'm giving you 2 weeks to do this quiz, okay? But the thing about this quiz is you have to get, you must get 100% on this quiz. There's no partial marks. There are 8 marks in here. If you get 7, you can try it again. There are unlimited attempts. So you have to get 100% on this quiz for you to get those marks. Now, this is the pre-lecture quiz. Sometimes there will be pre-lecture quizzes, okay, guys? So this is because there's no homework. Ready? There's no homework. There's no homework, okay? So there's no homework, but there is a pre-lecture quiz. So this quiz is due before your lecture in week 2, okay? So week 2 is next week. There is a class next week, the same time at 10:45. This quiz is due before 10:45. It's a pre-lecture quiz. The pre-lecture quizzes, their purpose and function is just to get you to read the PowerPoint before you go to class, and also, hold on a sec, pardon me, to open up the textbook. Don't ask me about the textbook. Don't even ask me about it. To open up the textbook and to read chapter 1 and to answer questions. They're really basic, super simple questions, okay, about stuff, okay? So essentially about the lectures. You can find all of the answers in the PowerPoint and all of the answers in the reading week 1. I need you to read the PowerPoint before you come so you can do the pre-lecture quiz. I need you to read chapter 1 before you come so you can do the pre-lecture quiz. So that's what's going on there. So that's what the pre-lecture quiz is all about. And I will post them from time to time. But there's no homework for this week, so it's easy. Okay, good. I'm going to share my screen again, and here we go. Back over to here, and we'll go to Blackboard. Perfect. So you guys know about the quizzes. I'm going to pop up this guy, and I'm going to pull this guy up, and I'm going to say, okay, welcome to this course. This is me. That's me in my office, just hanging out there, and you can email me here, okay? If you need my email, just go here and copy it. Don't, whatever, you figure it out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about timetable, and I think you guys know how to do it. Blackboard, you're already here, so you know about it. Course requirements, I'm going to talk to you about that, and I'm going to talk to you about how to communicate with me, some course guidelines and course outlines. This is actually really important. We're going to sit with this for a little while, okay? And the course calendar and some really cool video help. So let's move on with this. Your timetable, if you haven't got it yet, your timetable is, this is your My Humber. You log in here and you can find Blackboard here as well as your timetable, but you'll find a link that says week at a glance, and that's going to be your timetable. And you can log in with your Humber ID. Okay, so everybody should be able to get in here. Everybody's already logged in because they're here, so you guys know about that. But it's amazing, dude. There's so much here. Poke around. Spend some time poking around here. I'm assuming everybody watched the orientation video that I sent out. I emailed all students a video recording of the orientation video. I really suggest you go and watch that if you haven't, because I did mention all of the amazing support programs that are in the college. Jump on those, read them now. Just poke around, because you've got time to read that stuff now, because by the time next week comes around, you're going to be fully engaged in all of your courses. And you can find all of your course marks there, your student records, academic progress. You can get ID and photo there, parking lot information, everything. So just before you ask me anything about your school generally, like where do I get my Humber ID? Where do I get whatever? Just go poke around in here. There's a lot of information in there. Cool. So Blackboard, all of the lectures are right here. The lecture material here, and all of the labs are right here, okay? So that's where you're going to find all of that information. I also will be posting announcements pretty regularly, so watch for that. Actually, when you go onto Blackboard, when you go here, you can look at the course, and then if I put an announcement in, the course looks different. You guys, I've got this set up differently, but with the course itself, it will show announcements right in there. So when I do post an announcement, it'll flag that there's an announcement there, and you will see that. Okay, good. So there you go. And so follow your grades closely. There is something here called My Grades. Watch your grades, dude. If there's a blank in your My Grades, you know that you're missing something. Like follow and find out what you're missing so you don't miss anything. Okay, textbook. You guys need this textbook. You need to get it ASAP. What you can do is you can log into the Humber Bookstore. By the way, this is the 9th edition. We're changing. I mean, I did the 8th edition last year, so I need you guys to get the 9th edition. And the online version is available at the bookstore. The online version is available at the bookstore. I'll show you how to go there. You go here to your bookstore. You go to textbooks, and then you go down to your program. I've already got whatever. So actually, Humber North Campus, there you go. And you can just type in ATMN 110. Type in any of your courses, and there you go. Select section ATMN. Why does it not? What's going on here? Oh, select department. You go down here. Sorry. ATMN. That's my department. Select the course, and this is the course. And then any of these sections, they're all the same. Click the section you have, whatever. And then display course materials. Either of these, they're both rentals. If you want, you can go find this. You can just Google this guy. Whoopsie daisy. Copy, and you can just go over to Google, and you can just do this. And Pearson, they actually have a copy here. This one's actually cheaper than what they're selling it at the bookstore by $10, whatever. But this is an online version, okay? So this is a e-version. It's an e-text. And if you want, you can go to Amazon and you can buy the actual textbook itself. I don't care where you get it. All I'm saying is you guys need to get it because there's homework in. We're going to cover the material. Plus, there's homework in week 2. And also there's this quiz. So you need to get the textbook before next lecture class so that you can do this quiz. So that's the textbook information. You've got to get that textbook. Let me go back over to my PowerPoint slides, which are wherever they are. Here they are. So good. Textbook. So you got to get this textbook. You got to get it ASAP right away. So however you find it, go get it. You can go to the bookstore and get it and rent it or whatever. So this is the lab schedule. I will change this slightly, and the way you can find the lab schedule is you just go over to labs, and it's right here. So that's the lab schedule, and these are your lab instructors. If you've got to email us there. Any questions about that? So print out, all lab printouts are on Blackboard, okay? You will find them on Blackboard. You'll find them over here in the labs. Go to whichever lab it is, and the printout will be there. It'll be in there. And you must print it before you go to lab class. You must print and read before you go to lab class. And I'm going to have something that's called a pre-lab, okay? So when we get into further labs, I'm not going to do a pre-lab for lab 1, but after lab 1, I'm going to do a pre-lab. Despite saying not in person, whoa. There is an in-person lab despite it saying no in-person lab. Where does it say no in-person lab? There are in-person labs. So a Navkar, I don't know how to say it, Navkaran, please, you tell me where, please, I need to know where it says no person labs. I need to know that. Go ahead.
Just in the PowerPoint you were showing us on the slide, it says no in-person lab for September 7th.
What? Really? Oh shit. Yeah, ignore that. Dude, yeah, no, that shouldn't be there. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, good. Yeah, no, yeah, because that was from the calendar from last semester. I changed it. I didn't update that. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, there are no in-person labs today. Yes, what I'm saying is that, Zach, maybe you have a class, maybe you don't. Everybody has a lab class on a different day. There are, in week 1, you have to go to your in-person lab. In week 1, you have to go to your in-person lab. Look on your calendar. If it says you have, whatever day, it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know. Everybody's got a different lab class. If it says you have a lab class, then go to it. In week 1, there are in-person labs in week 1. Okay, I can't say that anymore. Got it. Okay, good. So now going back over to here. Monday was a holiday. Yeah, whatever. We'll deal with that later. I'll send a message out to everybody that had a lab class on Monday and was not able to go. Good. Yours is our Thursday? Then go on Thursday. See, everybody's got it different. They don't have to go. Sorry, just cancel. Hold on a second here. Wait a second. It says I don't have lab class until week 2. What? Oh my gosh. Well, whatever. Go look under week 2 and look under what time your lab class is and go this week. Yeah, maybe yours is Monday. Yeah. Rohan, maybe yours is Monday. Okay, good. So I am going to go back to here. You're good. I'm going to go back over here. So here we go. Going back to the PowerPoint, going back to, the lectures. I'm in the lectures here, and we'll take a look at this. Yes, I apologize. Ignore that. It says no in-person labs. That is totally wrong. It should say there are in-person labs. Good. Print it out before you go in the lab. For sure, you always have to do that. Email me. Okay, good. So please, okay, guys, if you have any questions about anything, ask me in class or in the hall or wherever I'm in earshot, okay? What I'm saying is that at any point in time, if we ever have a conversation about anything, if you talk to me in class, if you talk to me in lab, if you talk to me in the hall, if you talk to me anywhere and you say, hey, Lars, can you do this for me or that for me or blah, 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 and I'll say, I would love to do that for you. Absolutely. Whatever you need, I can do that. But I will never, ever do it unless you email me and say, hey, Lars, remember that conversation we had in the lab class or in the hall or whatever, and I asked you if you could do the blah, 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 blah. I'm just reminding you that you need to do that because, dude, if it's not in my email, I'm not going to do it. Okay, good. So there you go. So just make sure you always email me. Always email. Your correspondence through email is so very important. Right. I need some kind of confirmation and documentation. I won't remember the details of verbal conversation. Email me any questions. Now, guys, I know this. Some of you guys will find this really surprising, but I get students who email me and do not tell me their name or their student number. I have students who email me to say, hey, Lars, hey, I had a question, something about the assignment, or when's the assignment due? Thanks, goodbye. Dude, I have students that email me and they don't tell me what course they're talking about. I teach more than one course. Many of your professors teach more than one course. So I teach more than one course. Hey, when's the assignment due? They don't tell me the course they're talking about. They don't tell me which assignment because sometimes I got 1 or 2 or 3 assignments in each course and they don't tell me what their name is and their student number. Oh, sir, I've got this problem, blah, blah, blah. Dude, always put your student number in every single email. Please try and think other-centered. Okay, so I'm going to try and teach you guys other-centered thinking. Think about the other guy. Think about the guy who's reading your report. Think about the guy who is reading your email. Think about the guy who is reading your instructions. Think about what they don't know. Okay, good. Please always put your name and your student number in your email. And if it's course specific, tell me what course. Okay, bye. Let me go back over to here and we'll go over to here. Email me. Yes, please always put that stuff in your emails. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, good. So now these are course guidelines, okay? Not late. Now, you guys, you will find that I am very lenient if you guys ask me for an extension, but I will not accept anything late. Under no circumstances will I accept anything late unless you email me before it is due, okay? So all the material we have to hand in will be submitted through Blackboard under the lectures, okay? All the material. Actually, there's some material you have to submit under the labs. Like every single lab will have a place for you to submit work. All of the lectures will have a place for you to submit work. So if I go into week 3, okay, there's a place for you to submit your homework in week 3, okay? That's where it is. So all of the material is going to be submitted. All the material is going to be submitted on Blackboard, and each submission will have a time window. It would disappear. It's gone after the due date. If you need an extension, you can email me before something is due and request an extension, and I will give you one with no question. I will say, yep, here's the extension, no problem. But I need to teach you guys professional behavior. If you do not email me beforehand, you email me a minute after it's due or a week after it's due, I will simply say, no, under no circumstance will I give you an extension. And that includes people with any kind of accommodations, okay? Email me beforehand requesting an extension. If you have any reason why you need an extension, I will give it to you. But if you don't email me before, I'm just going to mark you late. No matter, even if it's like the most highly weighted assignment in this course, which is up to 20% of your entire course, if you email me a minute after it is due, or if you don't email me at all, email me later saying, Lars, can I hand it in late? Nope. If you'd email me beforehand saying, hey, can I have an extension? I would say, yep, just like that. Okay? Professional behavior. So I need you guys to really start acting and thinking professionally, thinking other-centered, thinking about when you email, try and be professional in your emails. And don't use, like, when you're emailing me, it's not like a text message. Like, I need you guys to formulate full sentences. I need you to start to learn to be professional, because it's not professional in my world or any other professional world. If I'm writing an email to anyone, I have to use proper sentence structure. I cannot use just LOL or whatever. I mean, I have to write hello and regards and like make it professional. Yeah, like full sentences and use structure. And dude, please capitalize my name and your name, and any proper noun has to be capitalized as well. Like, use correct grammar in all of your emails. Be professional. Yeah, practice professional practices. Like, get on it, guys. So when I go to Humbert Select, it says course materials not determined. You've assigned a textbook to it? When I go to my Humbert textbook store, it says course materials not determined. Okay, I'm going to go there myself. I'm going to go there right now. Hold on a second here. And we'll see what happens. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm here. Yeah, definitely here. Okay, good. So I'm I'm going to go to textbooks. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to go to the program, okay, the department. I'm going to go to ATMN, and then I'm going to go to 110, and then I'm going to go to, say, here, and then I'm going to go find materials. And then
there's a problem with that. Some section doesn't list the requirements.
Oh, okay. Well, just choose any one of the sections then. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, so I recommend for the students to choose the first one.
Yeah, just choose this one. Excellent. Thank you for the feedback. Very good. Okay, guys. So there you go. So going back to this guy, yeah, email me beforehand. Academic integrity. Dude, maybe you guys don't know this, but like, you can teach each other and you can help each other's learn, but you cannot share your work. Okay, get this. I don't think, some people just don't get this. If you give someone else your work and they copy some of it, only some of it, and they put it in their report, in their homework, in their lab, in their assignment, if I see someone else's work in your submission, both you and the person who gave it to you will get 0, because I can't tell who's copying from who. Anyway, so what I'm saying is absolutely academic integrity, dude. You're here to learn. Don't use someone else's work to submit for marks. You're not here for marks. You're here to learn, okay? So I need you guys to think of it that way. Don't copy anybody else's work. Don't give your work to anyone. Please meet with people, talk to people, teach them. It's one of the best ways to learn, to teach people, to empower people with knowledge. It forces you to think about it in just a more detailed manner. Teaching is great. It's fantastic. So if someone asks you, hey, can I have your work, or how do you do this? Explain it to them. Don't show them your work, and don't maybe show them it to you. Don't give it to them. So yeah, and then you will get 0 on anything. And if I see it twice, I will put you guys on academic probation, like right away, and there'll be a permanent record. And if you do it again, I'll just expel you. Okay, that'll be it, just gone. So there is absolutely no tolerance for any kind of sharing work, which is cheating. That's academic integrity that's academic misconduct. Academic integrity is so very important. So yeah, guys, like just simply do your own work. Okay, so going back to here, independent work. It's absolutely any duplicate work between 2 students, they will both receive 0. Okay, good. So professional documentation and behavior. So what I'm saying is that I need you guys, now I'm going to go over this next week, but I need you guys to go into here right now, and I need you to go to documentation guidelines. Now this is today, like later on, okay? So I need you to go and, now for some reason this is not available. I'm going to repost this to make sure this PDF is available. But I need you to read this. I'm going to go over this pretty much every week for the first few weeks. I'm going to say, guys, you have to follow these guidelines. This is how you present your work. You need to use proper mathematical grammar. I need you to use proper mathematical documentation. You need to use units. You need to use subscripts and postscripts. You need to write your work on the computer, and you need to follow all of this stuff. I don't want to see stuff like this. I want to see stuff like this, okay? So, and this is a PowerPoint that I did for a pneumatics course that I do. So the material here is about fluid dynamics, but whatever. I mean, it's still... Okay, so we got a little disturbed there. We got kicked out, and I'm going to go back into the lesson, and I'm going to continue on the PowerPoint, and here we go. So good, guys. Oh, really? We're on this thing where it says approach everything you do professionally. Okay, so please do that, okay? So, and yeah, like that means be on time. Like if you really want to learn, be on time. Work hard to do all of these things. Okay, good. So now this is where I want to like jump in and really kind of show you guys a little bit of what's going on here. Now, this is kind of the more like, you know, I said up here, be professional. And I was saying, this is not high school anymore. This is real. You are accountable for everything you do. Now watch this, okay? Now, this course is 20% weighted for assignments. Now, I'm going to show you the course outline momentarily. But what I want to say is I want to say that there's this 50-50 policy. So what I'm saying is that students have to get 50% on their lab portion, as well as 50% on the lecture portion. So if any student, like for instance, if one student didn't do all of their labs, and the lab exam is worth 30% of this course, the lab exam is worth 30% of this course. It's a physical in-person lab, and there are a bunch of labs that you have to do for marks as well. If all of those labs and that lab exam, all of the total of those marks, if you find the percentage of all of the total of those marks, if you get less than 50%, then you will fail the course. Even if you got 95% in everything you did in lecture, you kicked ass in lecture, you did an amazing job in lecture, and you rocked the final exam and the midterm, you did an excellent job on all your assignments and everything, and you just like an amazing mark. If you get a 47 in the lab portion, then your final grade in this course is 47. That's it. Okay, so I need you guys to understand that the lab portion of this is just as important as the lecture portion. And dude, it's amazing that you get to go to labs and build stuff all the time. It's amazing. So it's such an incredible, powerful learning experience. So make sure you guys get that. Okay, and that, you know, if you find yourself slipping in the lab or the lecture, like email me and say, Lars, I think I'm really screwing up. I need some help. I will help you. Okay, good. So here we go. Back over to here. So that's the 50-50 policy. That's really important. Now I'm going to jump into course information here in a second, but I just want to make sure that there's the course calendar. Okay, good. So yeah, forget about this first week. Ooh, that's my bad. I left that no lab stuff there. I'm really bad. We have a lab this week, as you guys know. If you need to know what's going on, this will be posted on Blackboard as well. And then we've got this awesome channel that you can go to find a bunch of really cool stuff, like a lot of videos on lots of courses in this program. So I'm going to click on here, and then I'm just going to go. I'm just going to watch Switch channel. Lars explains. Wait, let's go here. So let's go to my channel. Okay, my channel. Shut up. So, dude, this is an awesome channel. You can go here for a lot of stuff. So if you go down here, you can go to Introduction to Controls. This is all of the labs. So there are a lot of videos here about the labs in here. And then also you can go here for the lectures. Okay, so this is the theory. So there's a lot of information about the theory. How come there are only two here? Whoa, what did I just do? Oh, that's hydraulics. Sorry. Introduction to Controls. So this is the theory playlist over here. A lot of videos on theory. So you guys can delve in there for a lot of extra help. Plus, in Blackboard, if we go over to Blackboard, all of those videos are also posted on Blackboard. So if I go into, say, here, Ohm's Law, Energy, Power, whatever, you can go down here, and so they're not all posted, but not every lecture I have something. So let's go to here. This is a really cool one. Here's a video on resistance. So what I do is I post these I post the videos that I did here. So this is actually a lecture from a couple of years ago, and I posted that there. I will also post, that was kind of a fun lecture that I did, and then this is me on the Blackboard. And today we're going to walk through series circuits. I want to tell you how they work. Cool. So lots of really cool examples in there, and you guys can watch those lectures anytime you want if you want to jump onto Lars Explains. And then I think I just lost my, can we go back here? Here we go, course outlines, course guides. Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to, I want to talk about the syllabus. So I want to show you where you guys can get the course outline, and I think you should look at it so you get the bigger picture. Bigger pictures are good, dude. Like bigger pictures, they really can empower you so greatly. I'm going to go into course information. And here I can see the course outline, okay? So I'm going to click on the course outline, and this is all of the information you need to know. This is the course outline itself. Go through all of this stuff. The learning outcomes are great. This is what's going on. Like, these are the words you really need to do. You need to look through all of this stuff to really get a handle on what you're going to be learning in this course. And then also, if you ever wonder about the weighting of stuff, you can do this. So quizzes, assignments, lab work. Look at this, lab exam, 30 marks. So what I do, what happens sometimes, usually at the end of the year, I get students who add up all of their marks, and they add up what all of those could have been, and then they find a percentage, and they say, hey, how come my mark is not the same as when I calculate it? Because they're not calculating it with weighting, right? So the lab exam is worth 30 marks. And or less or whatever, but it's 30%. The lab exam could be just 10 marks, right? You could do a quiz worth 10 marks. It's only worth like 0.5% of your course. But you could do the lab exam, which is worth 10 marks, is worth 30% of your course. So just don't add up all of the marks and then find your total. Go to, if you want to calculate your own grade, go to the course outline and look at the weighting of the marks. Now, I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to roll through this because I've had enough. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You guys don't want to talk to me anymore. Where did my slide go? Here we go. So, questions and answers. Now, I want to talk about laboratory safety before we go over to here. So laboratory safety. Okay, it's everyone's responsibility. Safety is everyone's responsibility, okay? Safety is an attitude, okay? You have to bring into the work environment, okay? The best way to make your work area safe, okay, is to take a look at potential hazards. And in your work environment, if you see something spilt on the floor, everybody's responsible for everyone else's safety in the laboratory environment. So report on safe conditions and follow basic work practices, okay? So you guys got to do that. Now, I want to talk about this. Now, by the way, guys, we're not going to be dealing with high voltage electricity. You're only going to be dealing with very low volts, under 30 volts. Generally 24 volts. So you still can get some shock to some degree, but it's not going to hurt you. And it has to do with the current. So these are the basic types of ways you can get electrical shocks, but this is only with higher voltages. What I want to say is that, dude, I don't know if you know what a milliamp is, but it's a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of current. Just a slight point, like 40% of a milliamp, you can feel a slight sensation. So 9 milliamps is a painful shock, okay? As we go more and more and more, essentially 75 can stop your heart. And if we go on to, if you get like 4 amps, dude, you could die, okay? So what I'm saying is that we don't have enough potential voltage in the lab to push that kind of current through you. So I'm just saying you're going to be safe in the lab. Now, really high voltage can give you a shock, but often it's low current. So what I'm saying is a spark plug is 20,000 volts. I'm not sure if anyone has been electrically shocked by a spark plug. It hurts like hell, but it's not going to kill you because it's extraordinarily low current. Pretty cool. So the other thing is that I need you guys to respect the equipment, and I need you to put everything away when you use it, okay? You must put everything away before the end of each lab class, okay? So put it away neatly, okay? So imagine like you're in your grandmother's kitchen, right? And you want to be really respectful with all of the stuff. Do not be lazy. Work hard and put everything away and be respectful in the workplace. So now, I think I want to go back over to here. We're going to have a Q&A, and I just want to kind of open the floor to you guys and say, I just threw a lot of stuff at you guys. Yeah, go into Blackboard. I'm sure you can find a lot of stuff there. If you got any questions, go into Blackboard. So I'm gonna stop recording now, and I'm gonna say thank you for watching. I'm excited to work with you guys as we move forward. And this is gonna be a fantastic course. And that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. I've had enough. You guys have had enough of me, and we've had enough of the stuff. Next week, we're gonna jump into the lecture material, and I guess the last thing I'll leave you with is you have to get the textbook. Get it either whatever. You can buy it online. You can get it anywhere. It's available in the bookstore to rent. And also make sure that you do the pre-lecture quiz for next week so that you prepare for next week. And that's it.